Welcome in, everyone, to the 254 tennis camp at Baylor University. Alex Gruskin here. It's the best time of year. It's the summer. Everyone, yes, you may still be working, but let's be honest, we all feel that much more relaxed. And certainly for the kids who got the opportunity to experience all aspects of the 254 tennis camp, it was a great week at Baylor University. Certainly a pleasure for our Cracked Rackets team to be back here to shine a spotlight on everything that happened throughout the course of the week. And in case your kid is new to this tennis camp, you didn't get the chance to experience our broadcast last year, what we're going to be doing here on today's broadcast, I suppose. I was going to say show. It's a show. It's a broadcast, a little bit of everything. But what we're going to be doing is showing you a little bit of the action, but talking through everything your kids got to experience throughout the course of the week. We're going to bring on all of our counselors, 18 teams this week. It was a jam-packed week of action. We're going to talk through all the different nuances of the week. What did your kids learn? How did they get better? What were the things they were doing to have fun? As we promised, there was so much fun had throughout the course of the week. We're going to talk about all of that. Again, we're going to chat with counselors. We're going to chat with coaches. Before we do that, though, we have a message from head coach of the Baylor men's tennis program, a man I imagine many of you parents are familiar with, Michael Woodson, who he's on the road doing all sorts of great things for Baylor University this week, but he wanted to leave a little message for all of you parents. So with that said, let's get to head coach Michael Woodson.
Yeah, it was a really great first week of camp. The weather cooperated, which was always a nice bonus. We had the biggest camp we've had here in recent memory. About 125 kids, about 25 counselors. That really made it a lot of excitement, very energetic. And fortunately for us, because of the weather and the indoor facilities, we got to play a lot of tennis. We spread out throughout the 18 courts, did a ton of drilling, learned a lot. The kids were really engaged, asking great questions, really wanting to play all the time. And honestly, we're here at going into the Thursday morning's competition, and I think they're excited to compete and also pretty spent from the week, which is a good sign.
That's great. And you mentioned you had a large staff. How was that, and how did that affect the way camp went this week?
I think that the counselors make this thing what it really is. It's certainly the campers love to come and work with the Baylor coaching staff, and we love doing it. But there's so many individuals.
Yeah, of course, again, always a pleasure to get the chance to hear from Baylor head coach Michael Woodson, who I know how much time, effort he puts into making sure every camper has the sort of experience you're looking for. And these summer camps are everything for young tennis players. Not only do you get the chance to improve your game, hit a million balls, but you get the chance to hang out with your peers. You get the chance to make lifelong friendships. I always like to tell the joke, now I get the chance to cover college tennis for a living, but when I was 12 years old, there was a 14-year-old who I became friends with at a Nike tennis camp. That man is now head coach of the Michigan State men's tennis team. It's Harry Jaden, and you never know how those friendships might impact your life later on. And so, again, I promise everyone's having a phenomenal weekend. Two of the people who are the reasons why these camps are able to rock and roll are going to be joining me on the show. I want to bring them onto our broadcast now, a face every camper is going to be very, very familiar with at the end of this week, and a couple of faces I imagine many of you recognize as well. Let's start with a man we know well here at Cracked Rackets. We get the chance to chat with him more frequently than we deserve. Assistant coach for the Baylor men's tennis program, and a man who accomplished all sorts of wonderful things in his career. It's Isak van der Merwe. Coach, welcome back to our Cracked Rackets broadcast. Final day of the 254 tennis camp week 1. How are you feeling, my friend?
No, we're feeling great. I mean, we've had a lot of fun here this week. We've had a lot of kids. It was just great to showcase the Baylor facilities to the campers and the counselors. And I mean, we got a great group of counselors in this week. I mean, they've done a phenomenal job, and we're excited to finish this thing on a high note here today with the up and down the river bonanza, as we say.
Yeah, it's not fun until there's competition. It's what everyone deserves at the end of the week. And you talk about, shining a spotlight on the Baylor facilities. We also get to shine a spotlight on the newest addition to the Baylor coaching staff is joining us here on our broadcast, Gray Hamilton. Gray, first of all, congratulations, my friend. I'm wearing Baylor today, so I feel like I get to say it. Welcome to the Baylor family. How are you doing? How was your first 254 tennis camp week?
Well, first of all, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm really excited to be down in Waco and joining the staff here. It's been a great week. I've enjoyed, obviously being excited just to be here in Waco, but to jump on with campus first time was a blast. I think, we had a lot of kids, like Isaac said, but thanks to just a beautiful facility, able to, spread everybody out. We had a great staff. Really good mix of different people. I got to meet a lot of people this week, which is cool. I think the campers did as well with high school coaches from in Texas and in Oklahoma. We had some college coaches from around the country, from the East Coast, from Michigan State as well. So a good mix of different counselors. So it was a joy for me to get to meet a bunch of different people, meet the campers, and I think they enjoyed that aspect as well. There's a wealth of not only knowledge, but just a variety of experience, I think, from the staff and from the campers. And so it's been a lot of fun. And like Michael said in his video, the weather has cooperated pretty well. It's been pretty humid. We're all definitely sweating a bit, but it's been pretty good. We haven't had any rain, and that's been a huge blessing. So, we've had a great time and looking forward to finishing off with a bang.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a fun day of action. And before we get to it, and I'll explain the games as we go, but I wanted to ask you, Isaac, just again, from a tennis perspective, let's focus on that first. What have these kids gotten to do? I mean, obviously, you are as good as developing as anyone I know. How have you and this coaching staff and all your counselors helped these kids develop this week?
Well, I mean, that's one thing we pride ourselves on here at Baylor in the tennis camp, is that we give the guys and the kids a lot of tennis. We spend a great amount of time. We start, just a quick rundown. I mean, on Sundays, we're kind of evaluating a little bit, getting our groups ready. Monday, Tuesday is fully development days. We work on technique. We do different drills. We focus a lot on doubles, explaining to the campers what's most important in doubles, formations, how do you work with your partner. So I hope they learn something and something sticks. But we do 6 hours of development Monday, Tuesday, and it's an awesome time. And it really sets them up for the rest of the week when they're kind of competing, and we get more into a team competition vibe on Wednesdays. And then we finish off with the up and down the river. So yeah, a lot of opportunity, a lot of talent out here. There's some youngsters here with some really good games, and I hope they can take what they learn here and take it back into the summer and compete well and hopefully do great in their school tennis in the fall. So and Gray's been a huge addition to that, and we got a great staff here, and the knowledge is through the roof, and I think the kids learned a lot.
Mm-hmm. You talk about those team events. I want to ask you, Greg, because I know that's a big part of the week as well. Talk about the energy and just, again, building that camaraderie, not just team by team, but across the board. What are the things you guys have been doing both on and off the court to make it a fun experience?
Yeah, I think it was really cool to get to do the team competition yesterday. And I know you know this, Alex, but we really have a little bit of a lack of team opportunities in tennis until you get to college. And obviously we have high school tennis. That's only part of the year. But I think being able to come to camp in the summer and have an opportunity to jump on a team rather than just playing for yourself is something I always enjoyed as a kid, growing up, going to camp. And I think definitely the kids yesterday had a blast just because, even if you're not playing on the court, you're able to support the kids in your team. And like you can see on the board behind me, we've got kind of the team standings here. And so being able to cheer on their teammates and try to get, we did the scores by games. And so any little inch that their teammate could get was going to help them in the standings today. And so, I think being able to see how they enjoyed cheering for each other, being willing to stay out in the sun just to cheer on their teammates, even when they weren't playing, I think that shows how much they enjoyed the camaraderie and building the friendships, even with kids of different ability levels or ages, which makes it even better. And so I think it was a pretty cool format, and we played a lot of tennis for sure. The kids were pretty cooked yesterday at the end of the day, but that's what you hope to see. Everybody competed their hearts out and had a good time, and I think everybody's ready to come back and compete for these last few points we have on the board today. Try to put their team to the top. So
it's a summer camp. I would say, experience and almost a rite of passage to cramp in the pool after a long day of tennis. It's just, you're not really a tennis player until you've done that at least once in life. And, again, obviously, I know we've got a lot of tennis ahead, and I know you guys are looking. Are we done with the warm-ups? Are we getting ready to play? Where are we at?
Yeah, we are done with the warm-ups. I'm going to go get the 2 counselors, and we'll start the first round here. Okay.
Perfect. Then again,
Thanks,
Isaac
bye.
Vandermerva, yes, Gray, Hamilton, thank you both so much for joining us. And yes, enjoy the rest of the day. We will chat with them more in a little bit. All right, we've got some tennis. We've got some counselors coming up as, again, we show off everything that's happening here at the 254 tennis camp at Baylor University. And I just got to say, I love the energy. I love the enthusiasm. This is what tennis is all about. I promise. I mean, again, we're doing the broadcast here. Some of you saw my face early on. I'm still 27. I'm not that far removed from remembering these tennis camp experiences. And, yeah, they're everything. Again, whether it's the relationships you make with your fellow campers. I've mentioned my relationship with the now Michigan State head coach. I should point out I also went to a camp when I was younger, and one of my counselors there is now the Pepperdine women's assistant. The other is the Kentucky men's assistant. So maybe I was just destined to work in tennis, and that's what that's telling me. But it also just tells you never know who you're going to meet. You never know how that relationship is going to benefit or, again, affect you, I suppose is the better word, moving forward. And so I do want to say to all of you parents tuning in, I know you're looking to watch your kid play some tennis, but on behalf of everyone who participates in this camp, who put it together, Coach Woodson, Coach Vandermerva, Coach Hamilton, a serious thank you. And I promise when your kids, right now they might not be appreciative, but they'll turn 25 someday. That was the number for me when I just started I would say it was actually more like 23. As soon as you graduate college, when you start to go home and you go to your parents, you're just like, thank you. Like, I now realize the million things, I was going to say 7 things, but million things you've done for me over the years, and it's experiences like this that now you start to appreciate. So again, a thank you to all the parents for trusting us here to make these 254 tennis camps fun. With that said, we're going to get ready to rock and roll now. Again, court 1, you see 2v2 is the answer. We've got the Bears. Are they taking on the Backstreet Boys, or are they taking on Snow White and the Six Dwarves? I'll wait for our producer to make sure, because I know those are the counselors we're getting first. Okay, we have the here on court number 2. Show me the teams one more time, please.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, we do have our counselors coming up shortly. So what we want to do is, again, introduce some of these teams. Let's do that now. Let's introduce the first of our team. Westoff, introduce me to the Bears.
I'm Emma Serwin, and I'm from San Antonio, Texas.
I'm Kendall Bessie, and I'm from Van Buren, Arkansas.
I'm Casey Jordan, and I'm from Belmont, Texas.
I'm Jacob Allison, and I'm from Texas. I'm Anderson Smith, and I'm from Houston, Texas. I'm Zachary Bobo, and I'm from Texas.
My name is Brayden, and I'm from West Monroe, Louisiana.
I think you're muted.
You might be like on the phone.
You said hold on a minute.
All right, I believe you guys can hear me now. Sorry about that. That was me.
Sure.
We had a video playing, and again, I didn't want. I think my voice was still live. So, with that said, we have our first 2 counselors now. I want to introduce them on our screen. We have Mike Lewis, who I believe is with Snow White and the Six Dwarves. We also have Rachel, who is with the Bears. Hello to both of you. I'll start with you, Rachel. Talk to me about this week. Talk to me about your team.
So this week has been kind of a blast. I mean, the energy has been a little bit low, and it's been just because it's been really humid, and we thought it was going to rain, but everyone's still been playing really great. And my team I got yesterday, and they've, although they've had a little bit low energy, I've tried to get them more hyped up, and they just played really great. They tried their best, and yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, certainly, again, that humidity, it can be overwhelming. And,
yeah, for sure.
you know, again, I'm sure for today it'll be fun to get into all of these team competitions. And, you know, with that in mind, Mike, talk to me about what you guys have been doing on court with your team. And obviously, again, tell me a little bit about your groups, which well-named Snow White and the Six Dwarves. I assume you're the Snow White in this equation.
Yeah, they think I'm old, and I just met those kids. I was like, okay, thanks a lot for that. But yeah, let's go with this. What are y'all happy with? But yeah, we've had a good week, and you know, we've drilled with one group, and then we've got our teams now, and so ours have had more energy because somehow I've been in the indoor courts more. So they've enjoyed those indoor courts. So we've been outside a little bit, but I do have to tell you we played some matches yesterday. And so the Snow White and the Six Dwarves, we lost. There was, I think there's 7 total matches, or maybe there's 9. There's 9 total matches. We lost the first 3 doubles matches, the 1 singles match, and then won every other match out there and won 5-4. So I'm so pumped about that. And I just told my kids about that. They're like, we really did? I was like, yeah, weren't you paying attention? I was all fired up. So that was our excitement so far. And right now they're out there kind of battling out on some down the river stuff.
Mm-hmm. So no, and to hear you both talk about it, I want to go back to you now, Rachel, because it sounds like that energy is something you guys do such a good job in stressing to the kids and making sure they're having fun. And just, you know, again, what are some of the activities you guys are doing, not just on the court, but off court throughout the course of this week, Rachel, to ensure that, you know, again, these kids get a good experience?
Yeah, so we do, every year we kind of have like a swimming event where they go to like the rec center and they're able to like swim, play volleyball, basketball. So I think that really brought up the energy. And also last night, we kind of did something new where we did like, we all went to the indoor courts and there was kind of like a glow-in-the-dark party thing, dance activity. There was dodgeball, and so I think that really brought up the energy too. Just because it was so new, it was kind of a surprise to them also. So they had no idea we were doing it. So that was a lot of fun, and I think that really helped bring up the energy.
Yeah, no, that sounds awesome. And, you know, again, as we go through this sort of week and these sort of camps, thinking back on my experiences, I always think about the fact that you do make those lifelong friends, the fact that you do meet all these new people who you wouldn't have experienced otherwise. And, you know, again, I'm curious, Mike, are you seeing that, not just from your team, but from all these teams this week? And talk about the job, you know, Mike, Isaac, and this entire Baylor University program does to ensure these kids are having that sort of experience.
Oh yeah, they do a great job, and I've been coming here for about 10 years, and I with 2 different teams, and so I talked to the new team I have now. This is our 2nd year here. I talked to our other coach into bringing players, so I bring players from the team. Jackie does a great job. They all do a great job, and that was one of the reasons why we wanted to come here, because they organize it so well. And you know, my son's been coming for about as long as I have, for 10 years. He's one of the coaches now, and he's made friends, you know, with the other counselors, really close friends, and the kids that he grew up with. They almost grew up together, you know, in a way. So he was friends with some of the former Baylor coaches, their kids, and so he still talks to them. So it's really great. You know, it can be a great experience, and you know, getting better at tennis, but also just making lifelong friends.
Yeah, no, well, again, to both of you, Mike, Rachel, I promise you guys are as important to this experience as anyone else. So thank you both for taking the time to chat with us. How'd your teams do round 1? How are we looking? Where are they headed?
I'm not completely sure. It looks like we won. Did we win? I have no idea.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. We just started. We walked off when they just started, so we'll know in a little bit how they're doing. But I'm confident ours won. Ours are gamers.
That's what I like to hear. Well, again, thank you both for chatting with us, and enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy Competition Thursday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You too.
Thank you, of course. And now we'll get back to the action here again. I like the pink shirts across the board. I like the coordination. This is just a well-run operation.
You'll be next to get interviewed.
254 tennis camp. It looks like they're getting ready to rotate here.
You can get your teams ready.
We have the other video, by the way. We introduced the Bears. Let's introduce Snow White and the Six Dwarves.
Gavin, and I'm from Livingston, Texas.
I'm Connor. I'm from Dallas, Texas.
I'm Ava, and I'm from Livingston, Texas.
I'm Jillian, and I'm from Aledo, Texas.
I'm Jet, and I'm from Corsicana, Texas. My name is Alexander, and I'm from Columbia, Texas.
You know, I see a lot of smiles. See some racket flips as well. Let's have some fun as we get ready to change courts. And again, we showed you 2v2, we showed you Dingles. Let's show you our third game just to introduce what that is. You want to take us to court 5.
Ready?
Court 5, by the way, the top court. So we're playing the trickiest game. I like it. Pass the racket, ping pong tennis. Many different names over the years, but
Sure.
I like it.
Hey, what's your team's name? All right, let's.
Okay, let's start today.
So it's.
Okay, let's start today.
Silas, we lost 11 or 10, 11. Is he unmuted already and everything?
No.
Okay.
You're unmuted.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I am doing well. How are both of you?
I'm it's stressful out here.
This is what I like to hear. It's Competition Thursday, and joining us now, and we'll bring them onto our screen, I believe, and I apologize if I get this wrong, but Silas for the Backstreet Boys and Marianne for the Baseline Bears. I got the team and counselors.
Yes.
You know what that is? It means I'm really good at eavesdropping because I could hear Isaac from that far away. But appreciate you both taking the time to join us. And I'll start with you, Marianne. Talk to me about your team, the Baseline Bears. Talk to me about the week they've had.
Okay, so Baseline Bears, we have been fighting all week. We did really well in match play yesterday. I would say our little 12-year-old Trip, he's our secret weapon, that kid. He's our secret weapon. We got started off strong. Christian lost the first set yesterday, 1-4, and then came back and took it home with a 10-point breaker. So we had a good day yesterday, looking to carry that into today. We just played Silas's team. We lost 10-11. 10-11, so it was a little rough, but we're going to get it back.
Oh, I like this. This is both an interview about your teams and a post-match press conference. So
exactly.
It's 2 for 1. It works
Good.
in both ways. Well, then, Silas, congrats to the Backstreet Boys. Talk to me about your group and what it's been like to work with them.
We are a scrappy team. We don't have a lot of experience on our team, but I just tell the kids, like, hey, just make a ball, have fun, be smart about it. If you have a ball you need to come in behind it, and just get the job done. I feel like they're taking corrections very well, and it's contributed to our success. We beat Braden's team yesterday 64-54, so we're coming in strong on some good momentum, and right now I can kind of see them on court, so I'm kind of like looking out to the side to see how they're doing, but yeah, no, we're having a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, I think the thing that I can tell the most, and I love this, is that you guys care about the competition, it feels like, as much as these kids do. And, Marianne, I'll go back to you. Talk to me about that competition and, again, are these kids embracing it and, how that makes it a better week for everyone?
No, I think they definitely are, because our team, some of the kids weren't on court during drills together this week, so it's really cool to kind of bring everybody together. They might be different ages, they might play high school tennis, they might just take lessons, they might just be starting out, but it's really cool to see them encourage one another and want to get better as well. So I have a really good group. I really, enjoy working with them, enjoy coaching them up, and it's a great thing to see kids coming together in tennis and just enjoying the process.
And, to you, Silas, in that same vein, watching this all this week, talk to me, have these kids gotten better? I know you haven't just worked with the Backstreet Boys, you've gotten to work with all sorts of different kids. Talk to me about the way you've seen these kids improve on the court.
So at the beginning of the week, all the kids, they were very, very quiet, very like to themselves. I've always prided myself on being like the hype man, you know, getting loud, getting in everybody's faces, like, come on, let's go, let's do this, let's do this. So I feel like for my group, the more and more I encouraged them, gave them corrections, the more and more they were able to open up to me, and the more and more they were able to accept my corrections and get better. Some of my kids are taking leaps and bounds. Like their strokes are looking way different than what they were at the beginning of the week. And they're coming up to me saying, hey, like I'm able to do this now. I have a kid on my team, Vincent. Just yesterday, he was like, I don't know how to keep score. Like I'm really nervous. And now today he's telling me like, oh, I figured out how to hit an overhead. Like this is what I'm all about. And he's fist pumping me and screaming, come on, and everything. So yeah, no, the energy out here is electric. If they bring the energy, they're guaranteed to play good.
Will you text him and tell me how to hit an overhead as well? Because I'd like to figure that out.
He said he envisioned his little brother on the ball every time. I said, okay, that's what you got to do every time. He was like, I do that every time.
I like it.
As long as we make it fun for them, they're going to reciprocate it for us.
I love it. Well, then my last question for each of you. I'll start with you, Marianne. Give me your highlight of the week. What's the thing you enjoyed most?
Ooh, probably the thing that I've enjoyed the most is one of the kids on my court asked me how to teach him how to kick serve. And just, I love when kids, they're asking questions, they want to learn something new, they want to improve. And the kid that asked me, he's 14, about to be a freshman in high school, wants to play on the high school team, good player, plays USCA tournaments here in Texas. And I love it. I love that kids are eager to ask questions. I love that they're not afraid to ask questions, because that's, I mean, in anything, the only way you're going to get better and improve.
Yeah, love it. Silas, same question.
So one of my favorite moments was yesterday during match play. One of the kids on my court, Cairo, he's this spunky little kid from California. He's the most hilarious camper I've met here. He's playing his match and his hand is like really sweaty, and he's like, I need a towel. And I was like, well, I don't have a towel, but I can go and find you one. So I went and got a towel from the ATs, and he was down a set in like 3-1. And I gave him the towel, and like his whole energy like turned around. He came back and won the match. And he was like, yeah, I think the towel is exactly what I needed to go ahead and get me through that. And I was like, this is exactly what I like. The kids are just, they're able to have fun, and he really enjoys himself with it.
No, I love to hear it. And again, to you both, I appreciate what you guys are doing to ensuring these kids are having such a fun weekend. So Silas of the Backstreet Boys, Marianne of the Baseline Bears, thank you both for joining us, and good luck to your teams here on Competition Thursday.
Thanks, Alex.
Yes, of course. And again, now we'll get back to the screen. We do want to introduce those two teams, though, so let's show you them. Westoff, let's start with Marianne's Baseline Bears.
My name is Aubrey. I'm from Fort Worth, Texas.
My name is Christian. I'm from Dallas, Texas.
My name is Michael, and I'm from Itasca, Texas.
My name is Ivan. I'm from Baylor University.
My name is Boston. I'm from Edmond, Oklahoma.
My name is Tripp. I'm from Belton, Texas.
My name is Carlos. I'm from Killeen, Texas.
Ooh, absolutely love it. All right, next up, Silas and the Backstreet Boys.
My name is Jackson Carroll, and I'm from Robinson, Texas.
I'm Benson. I'm from Houston, Texas.
I'm Cairo, and I'm from Los Angeles, California.
I'm Angel, and I'm from Temple, Texas.
I'm Griffin White, and I'm from Texarkana.
I'm Jenna Knox, and I'm from Edmond, Oklahoma. I'm Mia Knudsen, and I'm from Edmond, Oklahoma.
And I'm Coach Silas, and I'm from Waxahachie, Texas.
Rotate. 1 point. One person versus one person. Just 1 point. Pick the player. Pick the player.
It's fine. It's so we see now these teams changing over again. It's 5-minute rotations on all these courts up and down the river. Court 5, that top court, as we have 18 teams. We're actually using 3 courts on the back as well.
Okay.
Now we'll try to get a standings update here with our next set of counselors who are joining us now. I see one.
All right, can you hear us all right?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, I love to hear it. And I believe we have Blake of the Alley Cats, coach of the Alley Cats, right?
Yes, sir.
I like it. And then Braden of the Swag Money Ballers, correct?
Sir.
I like to hear it. All right, let's start with you then, Blake. Talk to me about the Alley Cats, your group, what it's been like working with them these past 2 days.
It's been great. We got a deep lineup. We don't have the best players on the front end, but it like evens out. We got some deep players, good competition. We held in there in the tournament last night, had some fun, doing good.
No, I love to hear it. Excuse me, Braden, same question to you. Talk to me about the Swag Money Ballers. What it's been like to work with this group.
Yeah, honestly, it's been so fun. I always enjoy this camp. These kids came with a lot of passion. They're playing well. They have a lot of fight, so it's been really fun to coach them, get to know them. So yeah, we're winning some, we're losing some, but I mean we're having fun. You know, that's all about it.
Yeah, exactly. That's half the fun. And I'm curious. I'm asking all these counselors this because obviously these kids do a lot of things. They spend a lot of time on court. I'm curious. I'll start with you again, Blake. In what ways have you seen these kids improve throughout the week?
Yeah, I think it's been a big attitude thing. They've been coming at it with lots of energy. We started slow in the morning. They're kind of nervous to be here, but they've really brought the juice recently, and I've seen them having a lot of fun this week. It's been awesome.
Braden, what about you? What growth have you seen from your guy, or not only your team, but just everyone here?
Yeah, so I have an actual practice team as well as this team, and each of those teams that I've got to work with have really shown me just resiliency. You know, it's been hot. They played through it with a good attitude, which, you know, that's kind of hard to do. You know, I sometimes get grouchy, and they're always, you know, smiling, so I'm just, you know, I need to be more like them, but you know, it's been really fun. They've really, you know, we've hit so many balls that they're so grooved now. They're playing really well. So it's really fun to just see them, you know, grow as players and people. It's been a really good experience.
No, I love to hear that. And, you know, I wanted to ask this question to everyone. I'm curious, Blake, give me your highlight of the week. What's the highlight for you?
Oh, man. I think just like watching my players develop, especially their serves have gotten so big this week. Like my court that I was coaching this week, we didn't have a strong serve coming in, but like now we got some good slide serves. People are learning some kicks. So building on the game is amazing. It's awesome.
I love to hear it. Braden?
Yeah, I think my favorite part is just seeing how ruthless these kids are. They love competition, you know. They like to drill, but, you know, anytime competition comes up, they're all for it, you know. So they got a lot of fire in them. So it's really funny to see them interact, get real competitive. It's just a fun environment, yeah.
Yeah, no, I love to hear that. And I know you guys spend a ton of time on court, but I know there's also a bunch of stuff you're doing off the court as well. And I'm curious, same question, but I'll start with you this time, Braden. What's the off-court highlight for you? What's the activity you guys did, not tennis-related, that was a blast?
Yeah, so I think the off-court activities are really what makes this camp so special. So I started out as a camper at this camp. You know, this is my second year being a counselor. But I think what really draws people to this camp is just, you know, there's the fellowship among the kids. There's so, you know, they all get together. You know, it's late at night. You know, they're all running around together. The dorms, they're having fun. We got ice cream a couple nights ago. You know, I mean, we went to the rec center. We did, you know, just a lot of cool stuff. I mean, yeah, the tennis is really fun, but, you know, for me, whenever I was a camper, it's all just about, you know, making friends and just having fun. You know, looking for guidance from the counselors. But you know what I mean? It's just a really good experience.
Yeah, absolutely, Blake.
Yeah, well, last night we had a big old dance party and a dodgeball, and I saw the kids getting after it on the dodgeball court, really competing. Like I said, we got a lot of competitors out here, really wanted to win, and so going out there on the dodgeball, and then we had a glow-in-the-dark dance party, and those kids were going at it on the dance floor. Shout out to Nolan.
We get a counselor dodgeball game?
We did. A bit of one, yeah. I think we didn't do too well though. Those kids are ruthless, like I'm telling you. You know.
Yeah, I love to hear it. Well, again, Braden, Blake, thanks for all you do to make these kids enjoy their weeks. And obviously, good luck to the Alley Cats, the Swag Money Ballers here on Competition Thursday.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, guys. Again, with that said, we've introduced the teams. Let's show you them now. Let's show you the Alley Cats, coached by Blake.
Mason Knight, Belton, Texas. Mason McKee, Dallas, Texas. Ray Johnson, Lakers, Texas.
Grant McCaffrey, Dingles, Texas.
Justin Zeta, Austin, Texas.
Dingles, Argyle, Texas.
All right, now we'll show you Braden's Swag Money Ballers.
Hi, and I'm from Abilene.
I'm Allison, and I'm from Argyle.
I'm Logan, and I'm from Houston.
I'm Zachary, and I'm from California.
I'm Charlotte, I'm from Texas.
I'm Aaron, I'm from Peacer.
I'm Aris, and I'm from Texarkana.
My name's Braden. I'm from Edmond, Oklahoma. I'm the coach here. And we're the Swag Money Ballers.
Not too shabby. Of course, how this court works, you see they're playing Dingles on your screen. You start out with the 2 rally balls, 2 simultaneous cross-court rallies. When the first one ends, it becomes a full-court doubles point. See, again, the only way you earn a point is if you win both rallies here in Dingles. You got to win the cross court, so that far side needs to win it. That volley sprays long, though, so again, no point.
Archers. Oh, also. Yeah, okay, there you go. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay, we're good. Now I'm going to take the point. Alright, I was trying to. No.
Yeah!
1 minute warning. 1 minute warning. One minute warning. 1 minute warning.
So that's a point for the near side. I think that's the first 2, or dare I say first point we've seen picked up in a while. It sounds like they're calling rotation.
I'm on the alley cats. I can hurry. Okay.
Rotate. 3-minute order break. Play 1 3-minute order break. 1.2. Break. One more time. Grab some ball. Coach Duncan. Coach Duncan will be interviewed next. Coach Dave. Coach Dave is interviewed next.
All right, you see the rotation is called. Why are they doing that? Well, I can hear over that microphone. We've got a water break coming up. Well deserved. Again, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes in this heat. Even watching it from afar, you can feel it. So they're going to get the balls picked up, going to take a quick water break. We'll take a quick break as well, but don't go anywhere. We got more counselor interviews. We got more tennis. We got more tennis for you all. Be sure to stick around as our coverage of the 254 tennis camps at Baylor University continue after this water break.
Young guns. Tactical teasers 2. Swag money bowlers 1. Tennis titans 1. Archers 2. Backyardigans 1.
Wait, tennis titans how much?
Tennis titans 1.
Okay. Archers 2.
2. Backyardigans 1.
I don't think the two should go at the end, though. I mean, like,
We've got action once again on court. Again, it was a quick water break. It's competition Thursday. Everyone looks excited. We've got a coach doing his job here on court number 2 where they're playing Pass the Racket. Now that Pass the Racket, again, figurative.
Eventually we're going to lose, right? Y'all are still doing good. Stay together as a team. All right, let's go. No, what I'm wanting is for y'all to stay together. Young guns! Let's go!
You might have just gone to the bathroom.
Get to hear some live coaching as well, not the worst.
Unacceptable.
How is this team?
Well, they might have started with.
Oh, do you need to sit here, Greg?
No.
You sure? Okay.
You guys can both hear me?
Yeah.
Beautiful. We are live and ready to rock and roll. So again, we will bring them on our screen. I believe I have Duncan and Dave, correct?
Yes, sir.
Correct.
Awesome. Well, Duncan, I got to start with you first because as I was looking at the team names, I realized Eat Socks. Are they just the Ezocs? Is that what we have here?
Effectively, yes. We were trying to come up with a good play on words for Ezok's name, and one of the other counselors actually, we had thrown some ideas around, but I have to give him credit. One of the other counselors actually came up with it. So
It's well done. Well, talk to me about your group and what it's been like to work with them these past 2 days.
Oh, it's been a lot of fun. You know, it's always a little challenging just to get to know their styles, what they do well, and what they struggle with. And so, but it's a ton of fun. You know, they've done a good job of playing together, supporting each other. We've had a few really hot days, so they've been battling a little bit through the heat, but it's been a lot of fun. So got kind of a wide range of skill levels, and some that are beginners and some that are more experienced players. And so it's been a really fun group.
I love to hear it. Well, same question for you, Dave. I think I can guess where the Sharks come from because we know what Sharks are, more so than the East Sox. But talk to me about your group, what it's been like to work with them these past couple of days.
Just tremendously great blessing. These kids just, worked really hard through the conditions. And like Duncan said, it's a unique situation. I mean, it's like, a camp on steroids, meaning they come in. There's a lot of energy. These coaches that run it here are tremendous. And again, you're trying to get a hold of what they can do quick and try to give them that, maybe top 2 or 3 things that they can take away and go back and work on.
Yeah, I love to hear that. Well, then let me start again with you here, Dave, with this question. Obviously, these kids are hitting a ton of balls all week long. I'm curious, in what ways do you see not just your team, but all these kids improve throughout the course of the week?
Well, I think, as we know, the more you're on the court and the more balls you hit, that improvement's going to be inevitable. But I think the difference is those kids that are coachable, that are going to listen, take what their coaches are saying, and that they're going to start it right away that day. If they do that, you're going to start to see those things, transition with the amount of balls that they hit over the course of the week.
And it sounds like we have a very coachable group here, Duncan. And talk to me about working with all of these kids and, again, the improvements you've seen as well.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to speak for all the kids, but the ones that I've been around have been very coachable. We have, as I said earlier, a wide range of different skill levels. We have some kids that come in that are club kids that have coaches that they're working with. We have some kids that come in from areas where, coaching and drills and those things aren't as accessible. And so I've really appreciated so many of the kids are really teachable and coachable. And you're not just, getting coaching from random people. You're getting coaching from college players and former college coaches like Dave and people that have played at really, really high levels. And so a lot of the kids, I think, really soak that up and appreciate the wisdom and knowledge that they can get. You're trying to just give them as much as you can. It's almost like drinking from a fire hose for a few days, where you're just trying to give them as much as you can, and hopefully something sticks that they can take with them back to their hometown.
Yeah, no, I love to hear that. Well, then my last 2 questions for both of you. I'll start with you, Dave, on this one. Your on-court highlight of the week. What's the thing that impressed you most?
I mean, that's a tough one. I mean, there's a lot that impressed me. I mean, tons of highlights. But I think it was the hustle and the energy. And I think, the same type of thing. It's the humbleness. It's like, they're just busting their tail all over, and they're encouraging their teammates or their group mate, so to speak, and just very supportive of each other, I think, is what I saw. I mean, it was a very team concept, and of course that kind of follows the Baylor style, Baylor tradition. I mean, these kids will eventually go back and play with teams and have to support teammates and encourage teammates, and I think those were the highlights for me.
Duncan?
Yeah, a couple things. I kind of agree with what Dave had to say. Tennis can sometimes be a very individually focused sport, and getting them around other people that they're, having the mindset of their win is my win, their success is my success, and really buying into that concept. I work mostly with high school teams, and I really enjoy that aspect of tennis, and getting to see them here really embrace that mindset has been a lot of fun. Just getting them thinking about something more than just themselves, realizing that they need their teammates to be ultimately successful at the highest levels has been really fun to watch. And just, again, seeing how appreciative the kids are to be here has been a really great experience.
Well, I know the 254 tennis camp isn't just on court. Give me an off-court highlight as well.
Last night we had a couple of outside tennis sessions doing some team competition matches, and we kind of decided to pull a bit of an audible at the end of the day because the kids were a little bit tired and worn down. It was real hot yesterday. And so we got to go inside and play some dodgeball indoors, which I don't know if we've done. I've only been here for a few years, but we hadn't done that before, and the kids loved that. We got some glow sticks and had kind of a little dance party time, and just fun to get to do something that's not tennis related, because I think those things help build your relationships with your teammates and friends, so that when you get on the court, you're more willing to support them because you have that relationship.
Yeah. So, same question to you, Jay.
Yeah, the off court for me is Penland Cafeteria. I mean, we're talking, there is every kind of food that you could possibly eat at this camp. And I mean, it's just, you could literally eat something different every day, every meal. And, but again, I live locally. And so like Duncan, he did a lot of the night stuff, but I was only mainly for the on-court stuff. But I think a highlight is the food here. It's pretty solid.
That's why you sweat all day, so that you can
Exactly.
enjoy each and every meal. No, well said. Well, again, to both of you, appreciate what you guys do to make the experience special for all these kids. And obviously, Duncan, Dave, wishing luck to Eat Sox and the Sharks here on Competition Thursday. Thanks for joining us.
Awesome.
Thank you. Have a good rest of the day.
Right, take care.
Yes.
Sick 'em.
And so now that we've talked to the counselors, let's introduce the team. Let's start with Eat Sox.
I'm from Waco.
Hi, my name is Lila Villafania, and I'm from Killeen, Texas.
I'm Will Higgs, and I'm from Corsicana, Texas.
My name is Finley, and I'm from Corsicana, Texas.
I'm Ricky, and I'm from Texarkana.
My name is Joey Moore, and I'm from Waco, Texas. I'm Nolan, and I'm from California.
All right, now we'll introduce you to the Sharks.
Dave Lidke, Waco, Texas.
Sonny Gupta, Waco, Texas. Devajne Wilson, Denver, Colorado.
Roger Allen, Bullard, Texas.
Lillian Kmitch, Belleville, Texas. Archie Lyle, Denver, Arkansas. Chloe Barrington, Westmont, Louisiana.
That first forehand.
Okay, 1 minute. Last couple of points. Okay, 1 minute. Last couple of points. We're going to do a 15-minute Gatorade break. We'll give you an update on where your scores are. The teams in the back, you can come up and get Gatorade in the front, and we'll do an update. 15 minutes. We are going to get drive on the poles, and we're going to do a 15-minute Gatorade break. We are going to tally up the scores and give you an update on where the scores are. The teams in the back, you can come up and get Gatorade in the front, and we'll give you an update. 15-minute Gatorade break. Let's get the balls off, guys. Let's get the balls off, guys. Counselors, help your kids to get the balls off. if you're a counselor and your team won, make sure you tell Gray that you got a point. Who played against the Sharks? Did you lose? Did you win? Yeah.
All right, as you can see, and we wanted to apologies for the delay. Looks like, again, we've talked about the heat, the humidity. Going to give these players a 15-minute break. Then we'll get back to competition Thursday. In the meantime, we do have a slideshow of some of the highlights that we've been talking about from the week. So we want to play that for you all now. Here's what's been going on week 1 of this 254 tennis camp.
Okay.
Welcome back in, everyone, to our Cracked Rackets coverage of the 254 tennis camp at Baylor University. Now is where the real magic happens, folks, as we get to speak to the mind and, again, the true mastermind behind all you see unfold throughout the course of the week. It's Director of Tennis Operations at Baylor, Jackie Haddock. Jackie, welcome back
Alex.
to our stream. How are you doing today?
Good, good. You're doing all the hard work today, you and Daniel. So we're just sitting out here enjoying this nice weather in Texas.
I agree that Daniel's doing hard work today.
Yeah,
We'll
he's
agree.
amazing.
Yeah, exactly. That's the real mastermind. But again, talk to me about this week, all the work that goes into ensuring these kids have the experience they're looking for.
Well, we start planning this camp in January, so it takes a lot of hard work and preparation. And without Michael, Isak, Gray, who's just joined us, and Joey and Lenka, we wouldn't be here today, So it takes tons of planning to make sure these kids have fun, come in and enjoy themselves, and then just have a great time. So that's our goal, to have them enjoy themselves and come back next year.
Mm-hmm. And I know parents can learn this in the brochure, but in case they didn't read it, talk to me about not just the, the combination on-court, off-court experiences. What are these kids getting throughout the week?
I mean, on-court, off-court is great. Kids stay in the dorms. They get the college experience. They eat in the cafeteria. We kind of mix in with orientation one of those days, which can be kind of chaotic, but the food's great. The counselors are great. We just kind of enjoy it. Staying in the dorms and getting to know each other. And the kids, I actually think that stay in the dorms have a great experience. We improvised a little bit last night because it got a little hot, and we did this dodgeball, glow-in-the-dark dance party, and the kids seemed to have a blast with that. We did some swimming, we did some basketball, we did ping pong, we did a bunch of stuff, and then, we did ice cream and free hitting. Free hitting always seems to be pretty popular, even though they've played tennis for like 7 hours a day. It's just... they just want more tennis, so that's what makes it special. That's pretty much what it is. And then today is just a great bonus.
Yeah, no, today is, again, it's competition Thursday. Yeah, this is the exclamation point on it all. And, you talk about all those things. It really does seem like Baylor opens the door and every resource is available to these players. Is that fair?
Yeah, I mean, Michael's helped me make it happen, and without him, we wouldn't be here today talking to you. I mean, he knows you pretty well. I think he's made you realize we're okay, and we can do this today. So we appreciate you helping us out and showing everybody what our camp's about.
Well, the one thing every counselor talks about is the energy. And I know, again, you're watching everything, making sure it's all flowing well, but your office is right next to the courts. Are you hearing the yelling? Are you hearing that energy?
Yeah.
And talk to me about that.
I mean, the energy is great. I can't believe that these kids are out here in this 106-degree heat, and it's so humid, and they just keep wanting to play. I mean, it's like, and some of the counselors are out there grinding every day as well, and the energy level is just amazing. So I give them credit for that. It's just, I come out for about 30 minutes, and I'm like, okay, I got to go inside and get some AC. So, it's amazing.
I'm sweating here just watching.
I know, me too.
I agree. I'm like, the back immediately opens up. But you mentioned, obviously, Michael, Isak, Gray, and people who are familiar with the program know what they've done. Talk to me about their efforts here this week.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, Joey's been away this week recruiting, so he'll be back next week and putting in some serious effort next week. We'll make him sweat a little then, but I mean, Michael, I couldn't do it without them, I mean, they're amazing. They know tennis, and they help put everything together on the court. So without them, it's not possible. Yeah. And I mean, having the head coaches out here, the assistant coaches out here, the women's assistant coach out, I mean, the kids are learning from these coaches. The experience is unbelievable. I mean, we have some amazing coaches, some amazing players. We have one from Michigan State. We have, just a bunch of really, really good coaches. So without them, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, and you mentioned those coaches, the counselors we've gotten to speak to here on our broadcast. Talk to me about the wide variety of people all the players get to work with this week.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, we have some really, really good Oklahoma coaches that come in and help us out, and they coming back next week to help out, and they bring the energy with them. They bring a bunch of kids with them. I mean, next week we have another group from Oklahoma that has 25 kids that are coming. This week we have a group from Oklahoma that has 20 kids, and it's like, without them and their energy, we wouldn't be here, and there's another group from Colleen that came in with 10 kids. And then we have all the other kids, and their energy is great, and the counselors are great, and they bring their coaches with them. And then we get kids like, the kid from Michigan State, Kazuki, and then we get Marianne, who's from Georgia Tech. She played college tennis too, and Lenka's out on a court, and Gray's out on a court. So without them, I give credit to them. They're great. They put up with the heat and they do everything that we tell them to do.
Yeah, no,
and they don't lose any kids.
Yeah, that's the key. That's number one. Yeah, that's
for me.
I very much agree. And, as quick as you are to defer credit to them, I know how quickly Michael, Isaac, Joey, everyone would say, none of it happens without you, Jackie. And so thank you for your efforts, all you do. And it's always a pleasure to get the chance to chat with you.
Okay. Appreciate it. Thanks, Alex. See you next week.
Yeah, exactly. See you next week.
Bye.
And you see the players headed back out on court. As they get ready, Westhoff, let's head back to our slideshow in the meantime as we get ready to get back on court. Welcome back in, everyone, to the 254 tennis camps at Baylor University. Alex Gruskin here with our next two counselors, coaches. We've got Tim, coach of the Young Guns, Taylor, coach of the Tactical Teasers. No disrespect, Taylor, I want to start with you, Tim, because we watched you, I want to say, actively coaching in that last match. And dare I say, were those feeds a little juiced, my friends?
I tried to keep them as easy as possible, deep forehand feeds to both teams. So
honestly,
maybe
you
saw something though.
No, they were very fair. That's actually what I wanted to point out. Is it was very fair, but the fist pump got me at the end. I saw the fist pump, and that was delightful. And so, talk to me about the Young Guns. Talk to me about working with this group.
Oh, they've been awesome. We've got Monty, Sebastian, Sean, Carson, Jay, McKinley, and Aubrey, and we're the Young Guns because we're small in stature. We're a young group, but they've been awesome. No egos, and they've been working really well together. They've been doing great and having a great time.
I love to hear that. Taylor, same question. Talk to me about the Tactical Teasers working with your group.
Yeah, my group has been a lot of fun yesterday. We had a lot of fun in some match play yesterday, and some of the kids really got into it on the court with their opponents, and so it was fun to watch them care a lot for sure. And then today we won our first 3 rounds so far, and so they were having a lot of fun with that, and they had a lot of fun specifically with Pass the Racket, just because they all had to work together, and it was cool to watch that.
Yeah, and I'll start with you for this question then, Taylor, talking about, again, you spent a lot of time on court during this 254 tennis camp. In what ways have you seen your group and, more broadly, the kids you've worked with get better throughout the week?
Yeah, I would definitely say that one big thing that a bunch of kids take away from specifically the 254 camp, and maybe other camps as well, but definitely ours specifically, is taking their mental gameplay up one notch. I think that people, with the demonstrations that we do at the beginning of the mornings and the beginning of the afternoons, kind of teaching people strategy of tennis rather than just hitting the balls. I think that really helps the kids a lot, and it takes them from, while they get to learn from like college coaches and college players, it gives them a little glimpse into that really high level tennis. And so then they get to kind of think like higher level tennis players. And so I've been able to see that through several different campers throughout this week.
That was a high level answer. I'll just let you know from the start. And so again, same question to you, Tim. What have you seen?
Yeah, I mean, the kids just get a lot of reps against other competitors that are doing their best to want to grow their game. They get kind of a different look, different voices to their game, try some different things. And then the big thing is for the kids to get new things to work on as they head home. So, it's not a magic fix through a couple days, but hopefully they can be energized about playing the game that they enjoy and continue to work on the things that they got from here. So it's been a lot of fun, and it's fun to see the kids just enjoy playing together, getting to know each other through the course of coming here year after year. It's a cool experience.
Yeah, I love to hear it. Well, then my last 2 questions for you both. I'll start with you this time, Tim. Talk to me about an on-court highlight for you this week.
An on-court highlight. Well, I got to, in a tennis camp like this, we have some really high-level players that have been playing for years and years and years, and then we've got beginners. And so Taylor and I actually together yesterday got to experience walking through 2 beginning players' first singles match ever. And so it's just one of those things. We've all been there, we're getting balls for them. We're helping them kind of every point of the way. But we see the light bulbs come on. We see them get excited about every point they win or every score that they get right. And there was just a lot of joy from these 2 athletes as they got to enjoy their first match. So I'd say that was the highlight for me yesterday. Yeah.
No, that sounds awesome. Taylor, do you agree?
Yes, I mean, I would definitely say that was definitely a unique experience for me, just because I hadn't done that before, and so it was definitely cool to see, kind of like he said, the light bulbs turn on in that. And then also we were playing a quick set to 4 games, and it ended up being 3-all, and so we had a tiebreak game at the end, and because these players were brand beginners, we didn't do a tiebreaker, and so we just did a 4th game. And it was so funny at the end. The girl that won the game, she was on his team, and she didn't notice that she had won. And then once we told her, like, you just won, she started jumping up and down, and she was like, oh my gosh, I won. And it was really funny to watch her. And my girl just had a blast doing it, and she said it was the best game of her life. And she said it was the most fun of her week so far. So I mean, I would agree for sure.
Yeah. No, I love to hear that. Well, then we'll switch gears here, because so many people talk about, as fun as the 254 camp is on court, off court highlight for you both. I'll start with you this time, Taylor.
Yeah, honestly, I love, yesterday we tried something that we've never done before here, and we all went and had a glow-in-the-dark party on our indoor courts, and we did dodgeball for a while, and then after dodgeball we switched over to kind of a dance party in the dark, and with glow sticks and everything. And it was a ton of fun. Everyone was jumping up and down and having a lot of fun together. And one thing I thought was cool is, since we did that the last night of the camp, a bunch of the kids already knew each other, and so they were more comfortable with each other, and so they were really able to get more into it. And we had I think we probably had 100 kids doing the cha-cha slide at one point, and so it was just fun and unique, and just like everybody just doing it all together. So I thought that was a cool off-court highlight.
I love to hear it, Tim.
Yeah, really just the conversations we get to have through the whole week. I see a lot of these kids compete through the years, and I see them on court, but now getting to talk to them about their families, what they do, getting to know more about them is just a lot of fun, and an opportunity for us to be more like, I don't know, sounds a little highbrow, but like holistic coaches, and get to know the kids better and have more long-term, coaching impact. And then also just the conversations with other coaches. We've got coaches who do mostly private and group lessons. We've got high school coaches, college players. And so just getting to be together and learn from one another, and just like, I don't know, get to know one another better. It's a lot of fun.
A man with your brows is allowed to be highbrow, my friend. It's totally all right with me. But with that said, again, Tim, Taylor, appreciate all you guys do to make this camp special, because it doesn't happen without the efforts you guys give every day. And so thank you for taking the time to chat with us, and obviously good luck to the young guns. Good luck to the tactical teasers here today.
All right, appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, of course, thank you.
All right.
With that said, let's introduce these two teams. Let's start with the Young Guns, coached by Tim.
Texas.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Meyer, and I'm from California.
And those are the Young Guns now. Oh, we didn't hear audio. I heard the audio, but it sounds like you guys didn't, so we'll show you the Young Guns one more time.
Hey, this is the Young Guns. I'm Monty Moore from Edmond, Oklahoma.
Hi, I'm Sebastian Babbitt, and I'm from Waco, Texas.
I'm Sean Milliken, and I'm from Waco, Texas. I'm Carson Seeley, and I'm from Hillsborough, Texas.
I'm Jay Wade, and I'm from Melbourne, Oklahoma.
I'm McKinley Hayes. I'm from Aledo, Texas. Hi, I'm Aubrey Meyer, and I'm from California.
There we go. Now you've met the Young Guns. Let's show you the tactical teasers, coached by Taylor.
I'm Jack Franklin. I'm from Edmond, Oklahoma.
I'm William Tabor. I'm from Dallas, Texas.
I'm Jackson Farnell, and I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas.
I'm Alexandra Abel, and I'm from Temple, Texas.
I'm Williamson LeBron, and I'm from Puerto Rico.
I'm Claire Brewer, and I'm from Waco, Texas. I'm Annalyn Dowling, and I'm from West Virginia.
That's right. Good hit. Good job. It was an all right shot.
Okay, let's rotate. Rotate. If you're a counselor, make sure you give Gray your score. Make sure Gray knows if you won. If you're on the back court and you're moving up to the front, please get the score from the other teams on the other two courts.
Duncan! Duncan!
Grab some water. Clear the court from the balls, please.
A reminder how today works. Again, competition Thursday, up and down the river. The style of competition, team versus team. Again, 9 courts in play. You win, you move up towards court number 5. You lose, you head towards courts number 6, or those back courts. Again, 9 courts in play here, 18 teams of action. Every round counts on the overall scoreboard, and going into that last round, we had a 2-way tie for first. Baseline Bears and the Archers.
Taylor, Taylor, you are going to be interviewed.
Baseline Bears and the Archers.
You are going to be next to be interviewed.
Just a reminder of who those teams are and who they're coached by. Baseline Bears coached by Marianne, who joined us earlier. Her team's Christian,
Taylor.
Boston, Aubrey, Eli,
Taylor,
Carlos,
Pedigree.
Michael, William.
Taylor, you are going to be interviewed.
The Archers coached by
So,
Kazuki,
Taylor
Wyatt,
Collier, run that
Jackson,
court.
Reagan,
You're on
Andrew, Caroline, Claudia, Kurt.
Yes.
Some of you may recognize those first names. Not going to give last names. That's just not something we do. But again, those are the teams. Welcome back in, everyone. We've got 2 more counselors with us. Joining us now on our stream, we've got Taylor, coach of the Alligators, Colby, coach of the Tigers. Hello, gentlemen. Welcome to our stream. I'll start with you, Taylor, as just talk to me about what it's been like to work with this Alligator group and, these past 2 days, what it's been like.
So if you want to make a move on that leaderboard,
we've got a lot of kids that,
this is the
that
one
have a
you
lot of
wanna
talent. A couple of them are just starting out. So
you're ready, you can start.
it's the level. We're trying to keep it high from the bottom to the top. But it's been a pleasure working with them. They're all super sweet, and they all are trying to get better at the moment.
Well, I love to hear it. Colby, same question to you. Talk to me about the Tigers, what it's been like to work with them.
Yeah, very similar. It's a big range of skill level from top to bottom, so it can be a challenge working with all of them at the same time and keeping the level high. But it's going great. They're having a good time out there. They're playing hard, and yeah, had a good couple days.
No, I love to hear that. Well, obviously you guys have played a lot of tennis over the past couple days. I know you've worked with your team and a bunch of students throughout. I'll start with you this time, Colby. Talk to me about the ways you saw all these campers get better throughout the course of the week.
Some of it's just opening up with us a little bit. I had a couple kids on my court that, they weren't moving around a ton. Their energy level was a little low, but as I got to know them, they, started to elevate their energy and their level a little bit. Some of them, it's just, making little tweaks to their game, footwork, their swing, up to their shoulder, stuff like that. And, the level just jumps once they fix those little tweaks that are hurting their game a little bit.
No, I love to hear that. Taylor, same question to you. What are the drills you're doing on your court? How'd you see everyone get better?
Every morning we come to herd and we have the coaches and some of the instructors demo, and we have really just gone over a lot of point building and trying to stay in that long rally and really setting up weapons and attacking weaknesses. Been working on double strategy, doubles formation, working on signals. Those are pretty tough for the kids, but they usually tend to get it with their desired partner. They'll just figure it out.
Yeah, no, I like to hear it. Well, then my last two questions for you guys, and I'll start with you this time, Colby. Give me your on-court highlight. What was the bright spot for you this week?
On-court highlight, probably some of our matches yesterday. We had some really, really good matches out there. A couple that went up to the wire with tie breaks and a lot of deuce games. And yeah, yesterday was a great day. I'd say a couple of those matches were our highlight.
Yeah, I like to hear it. Taylor?
I'd say my on-court highlight would actually be this past round. Today we've had a tough time securing wins, and we just got our first today, and it was all thanks to our lowest kid. Ripped a forehand down the line, and just seeing his smile on his face and everyone cheering for him was just such a good feeling.
Yeah, no, I love to hear that. Well, then, I know part of this 254 camp, as much as you're doing on-court things, you're building, camaraderie, having fun off the court. Give me your highlight off the court, Taylor.
Off the court. I guess it'd be playing Uno with the kids in the dorm lobby. We were just having a good time. Everyone was just happy to be there, and it's just awesome to just get to hang out with them, build that relationship, while also trying to teach them the game that we love and that they love.
Mm-hmm. No, I love to hear it. Same question to you, Colby. What was your off-court highlight?
My off-court highlight, last night we went to our indoor courts and turned off all the lights and had glow necklaces on. We had a big dance party and dodgeball game, and it was really fun, especially to watch some of the kids that are a little bit more quiet kind of come out of their shells with everybody and have a good time dancing and playing dodgeball. It was great.
No, I love to hear it. Well, again, a big thank you to you both as well for making sure this experience is special for all the kids. And yeah, again, obviously looking forward to watching or to seeing the day unfold. So good luck to the Alligators. Good luck to the Tigers.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah.
Of course. All right, with that said, let's introduce the two teams. We'll start with the Alligators, coached by Taylor.
My name's
Aubrey Carroll, and I'm from Waco, Texas.
One minute until rotation.
All All right, now let's introduce the Tigers, coached by Colby.
I'm Isaiah Cartagena. I'm from Killeen, Texas. I'm Connor Stanley, and I'm from Marshall, Texas.
I'm Avery Lewis. I'm from Waco, Texas.
I'm Kate Hayes, and I'm from Corsicana, Texas. I'm Jillian Neisler. I'm from Fort Worth, Texas.
I'm Jack Lemire. I'm from Edmond, Oklahoma.
Yeah. I'll see you in a little while.
Rotate. Rotate. No, this should be like
Oh, and I apologize. I think we missed the audio on the Alligators, so we're going to play them one more time for you again. The Alligators, coached by Taylor.
My name's Aubrey Carroll, and I'm from Waco, Texas.
Hello, my name is Austin Yulish, and I'm from Oklahoma.
Hi, my name is Jazar Molden, and I'm from Killeen, Texas.
Hi, my name is Iriana Gutierrez, and I'm from Dominican Republic.
My name is Silas Piller, and I'm from Arkansas.
My name is Eli Hall. I'm from Arkansas.
My name is Lincoln Benes, and I'm from Houston, Texas.
Oh, wow. Taylor, Peregrine, you are running that court because Coach Kazuki has to do his interview, okay? So run that court. Okay, are we ready to start the round? Grab a quick sip of water, make sure we switch.
Good. Yeah, cool. All right, let's do it, Westhoff. Joining us now on our broadcast of this 254 tennis camp at Baylor University, two more counselors, coaches who've been working with these players all week long. We've got Emily coaching Wilson, cleverly named Kazuki, coaching the Archers. Hello to you both. I'll start with you, Emily. Talk to me about your team, what it's been like to work with this group the past 2 days.
It's just been really fun getting to know them and getting to know their personalities, as well as getting to see a whole new group of strokes, and just it's a different experience for me coaching older kids with more developed strokes, and that's something that I have really enjoyed this week.
Yeah, Kazuki, what about you? Talk to me about the Archers working with this group.
Yeah, it's been good. Even earlier in the week, working with our court has been really great. Just not only working with them and teaching them, principles on the court, but just trying to in life and building them up as people. And mostly respect and dedication. That's been really nice, and it's been a good experience. Kind of not working with college players too.
No, I'm sure it's nice to get a fresh set of eyes. And, again, in that spirit, I'm curious, I'll start with you this time, Kazuki. In what ways have you seen your group get better throughout the course of this week?
Definitely consistency-wise. A lot of kids said they hadn't played before this week for a while. So they just got better and better as the week went on. And they also just learned, attitude-wise, they were a lot better, which was great. And something I've been preaching a lot is attitude and respect, which has been going on an uptrend, which is, just lovely to see in these groups of people. So that's been nice.
No, I love to hear that. Emily, same question to you. In what way have you seen your group get better this week?
So my answer is pretty similar to Kazuki's in the way that I've been working with them on consistency and just shot selection. And I've really seen them improve and knowing when to attack the ball and when to be patient and grind out points, which was really cool to see. And also I was working with them on just winning the mental game. I think that's super important, and I've seen them improve in that way as well.
Yeah, no, I'd love to hear that. Well, again, I know you guys have spent a lot of time with all these players on court, not just your team, but so much more. I'm curious, in what ways give me an on-court highlight, I guess, actually. Let's start with you, Emily. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
An on-court highlight.
It could be a player, could be something your team did today.
Oh, okay. Well, something that has been a highlight of my week is watching just the kids not only care about tennis and care about winning every match, every game, but I've watched them care about each other and how each other are doing as people rather than just how they're doing on the court. So that was something that really made my week.
I love to hear it. Kazuki?
Yeah, not wanting to jinx it, but we're on a 6-round tear right now. But, on like a more serious note, yesterday, the one singles match, had a really tough match against our other team, which it was a fantastic match, like great back and forth. A really long match that came down to a 10-pointer, but it was just amazing to see the kids that aren't playing get into it too, kind of like a college match in that environment, just cheering each other on and having fun, seeing smiles on the side of the court, watching their teammate was really great.
No, I love to hear that. Well, then, as fun as the on-court stuff is and as much time as you spent on there, off-court, give me a highlight for you guys. Was it ice cream? Was it dodgeball? What was the highlight for each of you, Emily?
Honestly, for me, I think it was definitely either ice cream or the glow-in-the-dark dance party we had last night.
Yeah, I like to hear. Kazuki?
Dodgeball last night was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Getting in with the kids and getting a little competitive. Yeah. But I've honestly enjoyed so much of the on-court stuff and getting to know each and every one of my courts, which has been really nice.
Yeah, no, I love to hear it. Well, again, thank you to both of you. Obviously, without you guys, these campers don't have any sort of week at all. So appreciate your guys' efforts and appreciate you guys chatting with us today.
Thanks, Kelsey.
Thank you.
Yep, of course.
Good to see you.
Yep. So with that said, we've shown you the coaches. Let's introduce you the teams. Let's start with the Archers, coached by Kazuki.
I'm Wyatt Haig. I'm from Edmond, Oklahoma.
I'm Jackson Mahoney. I'm from Corsicana, Texas.
I'm Megan Burks, and I'm from Edmond, Oklahoma.
I'm Andrew Pritchard, and I'm from Roanoke.
I'm Caroline Cummings, and I'm from Frisco. I'm Claudia Parker, and I'm from Livingston, Texas.
I'm Kurt Dakin, and I'm from Dallas, Texas.
All right, now you've met the Archers. Let's introduce you to Wilson, coached by Emily.
I'm Sean Higgs, and I'm from Corsicana, Texas.
St. Thomas, Edmond, Oklahoma.
Sophie Fox, Edmond, Oklahoma.
Meredith Talley, Edmond, Oklahoma.
Jordan Gray, and I'm from Abilene, Texas.
I'm Sydney Bird. I'm from Aledo, Texas.
I'm Noah, and I'm from Houston, Texas.
Let's just get around a high five for the fact that you don't play. I wanted to play. Man, I feel bad that it's not that. How do I feel bad? So we lost one.
Eric, where's Eric? Oh, you're in.
I mean, it's only fair. 7 against 7.
All right, ready, set, go.
Joining us now on our broadcast of the 254 tennis camps, two more of our counselors and coaches here this week. You've got Steve of the Drop Shot Divas, Eric of the Tennis Titans. I'll start with you, Steve. First of all, Drop Shot Divas is a brilliant name. Talk to me about your group, what it's been like to work with them these first few
And
days.
that name came together in like 10 seconds. Somebody threw out the name and it stuck, and we went with it. Guys and girls, I guess they can both be divas on the tennis court. But what a great week of tennis that we've had out here. It's been a lot of fun meeting these kids and getting to know them, and it's been a good time for sure.
Yeah, no, I love to hear that. Eric, same thing. Talk to me about the Tennis Titans, what it's been like with this group.
So I actually just joined this team probably like an hour ago, so I don't know too much about them quite yet. But they're fun. They're fun to be with. They're never down on themselves. They're always playing with a lot of joy. So it's been really fun.
I love to hear that. Well, obviously, again, I know you guys have been. It's been a long week. A lot of time on court. I'll start with you, Steve. Talk to me about the way you've seen not just your team, but all of these players get better and what they're doing throughout the course of the week.
You know, they're have been given an opportunity to hit a lot of balls, get a lot of work in. But you know, the thing that stands out to me the most is how well they all seem to get along. I mean, these are kids that have come in from all over the state of Texas and outside of Texas, and they act like they've known each other for years by the time the week ends. So just the camaraderie that's built up. Everybody here has singular focus just to have a good time, hit a lot of balls and get better. It's really fun to see how they all work together to get along. Big group, this big camp.
Yeah, no, that's what we continue here. Is just again, there's an energy and a buzz. And I'm curious if you felt that, Eric, and it sounds like you had been moving to this new team. Talk to me about that energy and, you know, again, how it helps everyone. Have you felt that energy every day?
I have felt the energy. This team that I just joined, every time they hit a good shot, they will yell, "Come on," or "Let's go." It's been really fun to see that, and I join in with them. I might not be playing, but I try to bring all the energy with them. They bring it more than I do, but.
No, well, still, I love to hear that. And, you know, again, Steve, I'm curious, what's your on-court highlight this week? What's a moment that stuck out to you from week one?
I think, you know, playing a lot of the games, the kids, you know, I think as coaches, we like to drill a lot and give them a lot of opportunities to hit. But when we do kind of mix it up and break into some point play, they really enjoy that. They get competitive. You know, we play a lot of king of the court, you know, throughout the week in different games, just where they're competing against each other. Friendly. So just the competition a lot of good skill level here. I think the groups are pretty even. So you see a lot of good rallies, a lot of good point play within groups.
No, I love to hear that, Steve. Excuse me, Eric, same question.
Will you repeat the question, please?
No, your on-court highlight. What was your favorite moment?
Oh, that's a tough one. I don't know. There was one point where they were like, how do I explain this point? Say it again?
Yeah, just no, please carry on.
Okay, so there was one point where this kid hit it right down the line. The guy returned it, and then his partner right back across court, right at the other kid's like stomach, and it was it's a very interesting point, but it was funny. So it's probably my favorite highlight.
I love to hear that. Well, I know, again, a lot of off-court activities throughout the course of this 254 week as well. I'll start with you this time, Eric. What's been your favorite off-court moment?
Well, definitely the dance party we had last night. That was really, really fun. I enjoy doing like songs like Footloose or the Cupid Shuffle. Those are really fun.
Yeah, Steve, you look like a dancer as well. Do you enjoy yourself?
Oh, of course. Yeah, I was sorry I wasn't here last night to show off all my skills because I would have certainly stolen the show. But yeah, otherwise, I heard good things about that. I know the kids get to go swimming and just even free hitting. And sometimes if they get to tour different places around campus, like the bookstore, and of course the highlight, they get the three hot meals every day. Can be the highlight too in the cafeteria. So all kinds of just jam-packed 24/7.
No, I love to hear it. Well, again, it wouldn't happen without your guys' efforts. So, Steve, Eric, really appreciate you guys taking the time, and obviously wishing luck to your team here down the home stretch.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you both. All right, we showed you the coaches. Let's show you the team. Let's start with Steve's Drop Shot Divas.
My name's Emma. I'm from Robinson, Texas. My name's Summer. I'm from Belleville, Texas. My name's Audrey. I'm from Edmond, Oklahoma.
My name's Jacob, and I'm from Lewis, Texas. My name's Cole. I'm from Jacksonville, Texas. I'm Dan Lynn from Austin, Texas.
All right, we've met the Drop Shot Divas. Let's meet the Tennis Titans.
My name is Grayson Fogel, and I'm from Temple, Texas.
My name is Natalie Naraki, and I'm from Oviedo, Texas.
Hi, my name is Lily Vick, and I'm from Burleson, Texas.
My name is Abby Newman, and I'm from Edmond, Oklahoma.
Wagwan, my name is Zach Stevens. I'm from Gatesville, Texas.
My name is Kyler Deisler. I'm from Forney, Texas.
Rotate. Rotate. This will be the last round. Last chance to get a point.
Backyardigans, Bears, and Backstreet Boys.
Okay, let's go. Archers are in the lead. Archers are in the lead. First singing, Backstreet Boys. Roll
Oh, let's go! We just all have to go crazy. Got it?
Young Guns on the team. Here we go. Okay, start when you're ready. Start when you're ready. Short round, 4 minutes. Get ready to go.
All right, excuse me, we have 2 more teams we want to introduce here. We have yet to show you the Lucky 7. Let's introduce that Lucky 7 now.
I'm Cameron, and I'm from Killeen.
I'm Caleb. I'm from Emmett, Oklahoma. I'm Dylan, and I'm from Texarkana.
I'm Amaya, and I'm from San Antonio.
I'm Madison, and I'm from Fort Worth.
I'm Lily, and I'm from Fort Worth. I'm Lexi Cole, and I'm from Liberty Hill.
Wait, how are you there?
That's Lucky 7. Last, but certainly not least, we got one more team to show you. That team, of course, is the Backyardigans. Let's show you the Backyardigans now.
We're the Backyardigans.
I'm Philip from Austin.
I'm Morgan from Texarkana.
I'm Leah from Belleville, Texas.
I'm Will from Texarkana.
I'm Gavin from Texarkana.
I'm Avery from Corsicana.
Woo!
So those are all of your teams. It's our final rotation.
Jack, you got this. Oh my. 14-4. Out. Don't do it on that. Do it on someone else.
Okay, 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
At least he's not yelling.
All right, last point. This is the last point. Play your last point. All right, let's wrap it up, guys. Campers and counselors, thank you. Thank you for a great week. Please pick up all the balls off the court as well. Let's get them up, counselors, and let's bring the hoppers in. Thank you very much.
That concludes Competition Thursday here at the 254 Tennis Camp at Baylor University. And congratulations to Coach Kazuki and the Archers, your winners of week number 1. Now, it always helps to have a college tennis player as your coach, and obviously Kazuki, who plays at Michigan State, dear friend of us here at Cracked Rackets. He's your counselor. You got a leg up, perhaps, on the rest of the field. But as our way of commemorating, of honoring the champs, let's play that one more time. Here are your champs of week 1, the Archers.
I'm Wyatt Haig. I'm from Edmond, Oklahoma.
I'm Jackson Mahoney. I'm from Corsicana, Texas.
I'm Megan Burks, and I'm from Edmond, Oklahoma.
I'm Andrew Pritchard, and I'm from Round Rock.
I'm Caroline Cummings, and I'm from Frisco.
I'm Claudia Parker, and I'm from Livingston, Texas.
I'm Kurt Dakin, and I'm from Dallas, Texas.
So those are the Archers, your week 1 winners here of our 254 Tennis Camp Competition Thursday. Now, again, before we sign off, a massive thank you to all of you parents who have tuned in from the start. Sincerely, speaking as a 27-year-old, I tell this to my parents nowadays. I wish I had the perspective I have now that I wish I had that at 12, 13, 14, because I would have just said thank you far more frequently. I would have appreciated the opportunity to play at tennis camps like I did, like all of your kids had the opportunity to do so this week. So I promise at some point down the road, they'll be appreciative. Certainly, I know I speak on behalf of everyone who participated and helped organize this Baylor camp. They appreciate you trusting us to steward, again, a really fun week for all of your kids. With that said, of course, if you want to learn more about how you can get signed up for continuing weeks here of this 254 tennis camp, all you got to do is go to tenniscamp.web.baylor.edu. You see, we got another week coming up next week. To be honest, spots might be filled already, but in case they aren't, your kid is interested or you're interested in sending your kid back, again, tenniscamp.web.baylor.edu to learn more. A thank you again to Michael Woodson, Isaac Vondermerva, Gray Hamilton, Jackie Haddock, the entire Baylor women's staff as well, just everyone who makes this camp possible, all the counselors we got the chance to speak to, makes it an absolute blast for the kids. With that said, that will do it for our coverage here today. We do have one last item to get to. You saw it a little earlier, but so many fun moments, so many highlights from week number 1. We put together a slideshow of some of the bright spots, our favorite photos of the week. With that said, for everyone you saw on today's broadcast, I'm Alex Gruskin. This has been our coverage of the 254 tennis camp at Baylor University. One last time, let's show you the highlights from week number 1.